whatever you pronounce, B-O, automatically, no, it's B-U. So when I have to pronounce my last name, and I say, okay, spell your last name, I go B-U-O-N-S-A-N-T.
Buonsante.
That's right.
Okay. Domenico.
Domenico.
The male version of Dominica.
Domenica is a female.
Right. I'm saying
yes.
Yours is the...
Domenica is female. Domenico is...
Domenico.
Yeah. There's not that many Domenica in Italy. Mostly it's Domenico. It's dominating, especially with the male part. But then again, my name is so creative that I used all of them. It's Domenico. Dominic.
You go by Dominic?
No, Domenico.
No, Domenico. I got
then
you.
I go by Domenico. That's another name that I use.
Okay.
But in my family and in Italy, nobody called me that. My name was Mimmo.
Mimmo?
Yeah.
Why was it called Mimmo?
Because when I was born, my mother called me Dominic. So she went to church one Sunday, and there was a new priest that came, and the priest says, his name is Mimmo. So my mother says, what is Mimmo? It's Domenico. Oh, I gotta call my son Mimmo. And my family, my brothers, my sister, nobody calls me Dominic. It's Mimmo.
How do you like that? You grew up with it though, so you're used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, you call me anytime, I respond.
Looking for the perfect grooming experience for your pup? Welcome to Carley's Fairy Tale Dog Grooming, located at 8 North Main Street in Pittston. We offer boutique-style grooming with a focus on quality over quantity. Your furry friend will enjoy a cage-free, stress-free environment where they will feel comfortable and pampered. At Carley's, we make sure every dog leaves feeling and looking like royalty. Call 541-410-9582 or stop in today to book your appointment at Carley's Fairy Tale Dog Grooming. Welcome to the DiMattei's Food Fight Podcast. I'm your host, Brian DiMattei, and I'm here with my guest inside the Conversion Works Media Studio here at Conversion Works Media on 315 in Wilkes-Barre, Domenico Buonsante.
Right.
I said that right?
Yes, perfect.
Fantastic. Now, I'm saying my last name. One, you look fantastic, by the way. I appreciate you coming on Food Fight. Okay. And I appreciate you correcting my last name.
Okay.
How do I pronounce my last name?
DiMattia.
That's how my father would say it. DiMattia. Like it was, like I hear him 30 years ago saying it. DiMattia.
You have an Italian name. Why Americanize it?
I don't know. You're not wrong. I have to change it then.
Yes.
I'll have to go back to it. Then there's people that say DiMattia. People will say, I have cousins with the O at the end.
People are very good to kill names.
Oh, yeah. Dropping letters, adding letters to it, right?
Right.
Your name survived coming over?
Yes.
So you came from Italy, correct?
I was born in Italy in 1952. And I came in this country 2 weeks before the Beatles came in this country. I came in this country January 11th, 1964 in JFK. And the Beatles came in February.
The Beatles. You're a Beatles fan?
Yeah,
I can listen to
I
them.
live and breathe
Yeah,
Beatles.
I can listen.
I live and breathe Beatles.
Mm-hmm. I'll probably start seeing some Beatles stuff on my phone now after we just immediately talk about it. You know what I mean? So you came to America when you were just about 12 years old?
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes,
coming
I remember.
Over?
Yes, I remember coming over. I flew down over here in JFK, and it was very cold, but it was exciting. It was different. My first thing that I ate a lot of bananas. Bananas are very scarce in Italy, and it was a delicacy. So suddenly you can get bananas for 5 cents a pound.
How do you like your banana when it turns more brown, or when it's just not green anymore?
It's not green anymore.
It's got to be hard, right?
It's got to be hard with a crunch. I don't want nothing, mushy and sloppy.
That's the best. The mushy ones are for the protein shakes.
Well, yeah, here you go.
But those bananas like that are the best. But we're here to talk about pizza.
Right.
And the history of your pizza business and how you got into it, and your food truck, Cibo.
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 Cibo means food in Italian.
Okay.
So actually the pronunciation is called...
Thank you for that.
It's called Cibo by Domenico, which means food by Domenico, which is me.
I love that. You were talking about where you got your inspiration for a food truck before we started recording.
Yes. As a matter of fact, would you like to know?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes, I want to know again.
Yeah, we did. We did. I was about 14, 15, and living in Brooklyn, And the good human man used to pass by in the summertime, and we used to stop by and get the ice cream. And somehow it just dawned on me, why can't this be done with food and not just ice cream? And that's what the first idea with the food truck was. And the rest is history.
What was your order at the ice cream truck?
Dilly bar, not a dilly bar, that's DQ. It was the ice cream sandwich. And then there was one with the ice cream with the vanilla coated dipped in chocolate.
Oh yeah,
those were my favorite.
Nutty Buddy, right?
Nutty Buddy.
Yes.
Yes.
I could eat ice cream every day.
Why not?
I love ice cream every day. If I had to pick one dessert to eat the rest of my life, apple pie a la mode. You get the best of both. Apple pie.
Okay.
Vanilla ice cream on top.
Okay.
I love it.
Warm.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I could go either way.
Either way.
Who at the fairs, I had a couple times this year, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. They do the apple dumplings.
At the fair, yes.
I can't think of the name.
I know what you mean.
Very nice people. I talked to them on
Yes.
social media. They had the cinnamon ice cream.
The cinnamon ice cream inside there, and they dip it. You can actually see it. That's one of my topics. Actually, when I go to the fair, what I like is the bean soup, where they make the bean soup. And then I stop by for the apple or peach complet.
The Bastingers or something like that. It's like a picture.
I just go there for the food. I
Yes.
have no idea what the name is,
fair.
but it's good.
That's fair. That's fair. So you were 13, 14, 15, got the idea for the pizza truck.
Right.
What happened after that?
Nothing. I'm actually. It was my brother was in the pizza business, but you work for somebody.
Okay.
And he always wanted me to come and work with him. But I was actually working in Manhattan, and I used to work for Meredith Corporation, which published Better Homes and Garden, and I was there for about 3-4 years. I enjoyed it and so forth. So on weekends, you work there from Monday to Friday. So on weekends, I had a lot of time off, and you're young, you have a lot of drive, you have a lot of energies, you get bored easily. So I started working. So my brother worked for this man. His name is Lenny Schiano. And I'm sure a lot of people know who this guy is. Lenny Schiano is the man. If you've seen the movie Saturday Night Fever.
That's what the movie you told me. I was thinking Mean Streets for some
No.
reason. Saturday Night Fever.
Also Mean Street.
You mentioned Mean Streets
Yes,
to me once
also
before.
Mean Streets.
I apologize. Please
Yeah.
continue.
So Saturday Night Fever, at the opening of Saturday Night Fever, John Travolta is walking on 86th Street. That's where I lived anyway. And he stopped at a pizzeria and Lenny's Pizza, on 86th Street.
I can picture the scene.
Yeah, and you say, hey, give me 2 slices. That was his sister actually in the movie. And give me 2 slices. He got 2 slices, fluffed them up, and ate them, while he was walking. That's Lenny Schiano. And Lenny Schiano had about 5-6 pizza shops. He had one on 86th Street. He had one on West State Street and Avenue of America in the Village. He had one on Fifth Avenue. He had one on J Street Borough Hall in the lower part in a commercial building in a commercial area in Brooklyn. And he had one on Wall Street, a couple of blocks from the World Trade Center on the side there. So you could actually work 24 hours a day, and sometimes I did. And so I started working in the commercial area on J Street Borough Hall. They were all called Lenny's Pizza, and my brother was there, and I used to work there on weekends, and that's how I started. So and eventually. It was very prosperous, and it was, at that time, for a small kid, I used to make a lot of money, so I made it into a full-time job, and that's how we started on the side there. So I used to work from I worked for Lenny's on Wall Street, and from 10 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's lunch. That's all it was. After that, it just died. Took the subway and went to the commercial area on J Street Borough Hall till I used to work from 3 o'clock till 7:15. No matter how busy it was, you had to shut down.
Yeah.
7:15. You finish that. You clean up the whole place at 8 o'clock. You should take the subway and go to the Village on West State Street and Avenue of the Americas. And that's where they filmed. Actually, if you see Mean Street and there's a fighting in the front of it, and that you see Lenny's Pizza, and that's what I worked on the site there.
Okay.
Also, my brother was really good, and he worked for this Play Style, which it's been known for the Complete Unknown movie. If there was an article with what's his name, from CNN. They did an interview, and they did an interview in this pizzeria called Ben's Pizza, which is now called Ben's Pizza. But back in the 60s, 65, 66, it was called Pizza Snack Time.
Pizza Snack Time.
Yeah, right on the corner of McDougal and West 4th Street.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
It makes you like, am I hungry? Oh, snack time. I am hungry.
Pizza Snack Time.
Yes.
And it's nothing changed. Actually, they've seen now it's right on the corner. The windows slide open. You can walk on any time. There's no walls. There's nothing. And then in the winter, they just slide the window so you can reach outside. And we used to be there all the time, and my brother, we used to, feed Bob Dylan in 1967. We used to come in and buy a slice of sausage for a Jewish guy, okay, that worked, And next door was the Night Owl with the Loving Spoonful used to play all the time. And then with a block away, we were at the Cafe Wa, and where Jimi Hendrix started, he did his first gig in this country. So we were all, then we have the espresso coffee, Cafe Borgia. It was fanatic, and then we used to go down on Washington Square, which is a block and a half. You can hear play Joe Baez playing the song. David Peel, I don't know if anybody knows him, very very friend with John Lennon. So we used to get the Hells Angels used to come on weekends. They used to hang around over there. So it was but it was such a common thing that we thought it was going to be like that all the time. And it was like a natural way of living. So that's how we started on the site there.
So those pizza businesses, they all had kind of like different crowds in a way.
Yes. Well, it was if it was a lunch, you used to get the Wall Street guys come in and have lunch, and it was ridiculously busy on the site there. And then if you went for the place where the people shop, you got the families and so forth. In the village, you got. You name it, they were there.
That's amazing. So all the same, was the pizza the same at every location?
Yes.
There wasn't any little bit difference. It was all so they trained everyone.
It wasn't the idea of the training. I remember we used to go with Lenny Schiano. He used to come in and he used to go to every shop, and he used to take me along on the side there, and he would make the sauce. And he would put the ingredients, and add a little more oregano, add a little inside. So that's how it worked.
So he checked up on that.
He checked on that, that's and good. Once the formula was there, he used to put the formula in a bag, in a brown little bag. He used to put the combination pizza that you want, the pickled tomatoes, the pizza sauce, the puree, and so forth. Mix it up and throw the bag in, and the sauce was always the same.
Okay.
The cheese was always the same. The dough was always the same because you had the combination. I mean, dough is a simple thing to make. There is no formula. It's just sugar, salt, yeast, and flour, and water, and maybe a little oil. People used to put eggs and so forth, but that's the basic thing. But the trick is how much do you combination, how much stuff do you put in there to make the dough taste the way it should be? Mm-hmm. And it took me like 40 years to do that.
That was one of my main questions here is, what makes the perfect pizza?
Experience. Okay? It's not just, even if you have a good dough, if you have a good cheese, if you have a good sauce on the side there, the temperature of the oven when you cook it, the rising of the dough with the temperature of outside, the combination, and it's experience. It takes every day it's a different way of putting it together.
Okay,
and that's the idea to it.
Okay, so what challenges we're going to get into the formation of your business, your food truck, where see everywhere at NEPA. I saw you on Main Street. The last place I thought I was going to see you ever was going to be coming home.
Great show.
Coming home from Derriere. I see you on the Main Street there, on the curb as far as possible.
Yes.
Like a perfect parking job. It was like thin by the wall of the house and the wall of that truck. And there was enough room on the street to stand there and get some pizza.
Yes.
What were you doing down there that day?
They had a Christmas stroll.
Across the...
No, through the whole 7 blocks on Duryea. They closed the street from 5 to 8.
You were getting ready for it. It was that I saw the snow painted on the. So
Right.
it was that. No, you were getting ready for
I was
the
getting
night.
ready for the night. Yes.
Okay, so that brings
Now
that,
you got to remember too that I don't bake anything anywhere.
this is my new question. Then this is perfect because that was pretty early.
Yes.
So you do a lot of. My question was going to be, and this is actually perfect. It ties in perfectly. The prep work and the limited space that you have in your pizza truck, and you put out a fucking display, right? You put out a display. And the people that have seen your truck know what I'm talking about. It's not just one type of pizza. You got another guy in there sometimes too. And I've had the pizza every time. It's always hot, always fresh, always delicious. What kind of work is different from the food truck versus being inside a brick and mortar store? Besides the space, of course. What challenges have come in the pizza truck?
Well, in a brick and mortar, you have people working for you. I do 99% of the work I do myself. All the prep is done by me. All the fixing is done by me. All the cleaning is done by me. All the business, all the ordering, all the put together, it's all done by me. So I also sell and bake 99% of the time. So unless there's like a pierogi festival or a kielbasi festival, you need help, So I have that, people that have been working for me since they were 16, 17 years old, which they would, they do that part-time and so forth. But it's mostly me on the side there. With a brick and mortar, you have a lot of people working over there. You have a kitchen man, and you have the pizza man, and you have the dishwasher, and so forth. Okay. And in a food truck, everything has to work before you get there. The oven has to be hot at a certain time. Before you get there, everything has to be created. Everything is going to be perfectly ready to go. So and it takes me about between 1 and 2 hours to just make a little bit of everything that I make. And then once we start to opening, then you just keep on going nonstop. But I time myself, and that's and that's how it's done. So I don't bake anything in my place, where I create everything. I bake everything only when I'm on site. So I need to get there a little earlier and start. So I'll be ready when when the opening is done. That's when we start working.
How did that event turn out?
Excellent event. Excellent. That was. It started a little slow, but but by 8 o'clock, everybody were lined up. Listen, I don't advertise where I'm going to be. Not when I'm going to. I don't advertise to say, well, I call people, say, I want to be here. When people call me, people find me. Sometimes I ask them, how did you find me? Susquehanna Brewing is one of the main places where the traffic is so much, everybody knows me. Actually, Duryea, the person that runs that, she saw me on Susquehanna Brewery,
okay.
and so she emailed me and says, "Are you available?" And that's how we go about. And and then I ask question, what kind of a crowd you're gonna have, or what kind of entertainment, and 99% it's plus. I rarely have any duds. But one is allowed, maybe two at the most.
How do you handle the duds? You're standing there like, what the fuck is going on down here? Where is everybody?
No. You just think it says, make sure you're not back there next year.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There are festivals everywhere now.
Everywhere.
And then Old Forge does the Snow Forge, and it seems like everyone is doing winter festivals as well. I was there on Sunday, and I got there for 12:15. I wanted to do some footage before it got busy. By the time I got down the street, it was already packed. And people doesn't matter if it's cold outside. People come out and they do it now. That's the thing to do.
Yeah, but it's not, besides the food truck, which I actually do this now, it's almost like a hobby. It's not even a business anymore. Now, I had 11 of these type of tents and setup and food trailers, not truck. Never had a truck. So I did Music Fest for many years in Bethlehem. I did the Celtic Fest in Bethlehem for many years. I did the Chris Crandall Market for almost 40 years, and I'm the one that left, not because they got rid of me.
Yeah.
So I did all that, and I was the main third-party vendor for Live Nation at the Montage. In Montage, I went on to Nico's Pizza, okay, and I fed and did all any just about any artist you could ever think of. To give you an example, Brett Michael from Poison loved me, and he used to look. If he was from Harrisburg, so he used to come down and bring his family, and he used to say. He used to look for my pizza every time. You gotta get Nico's Pizza on the site there. So he actually, I have a T-shirt that says Nico, your pizza rules. Brett Michael.
I like that. I have a quick Brett Michael story. I worked at Marvelous Mugs for a decade.
Okay. Yes.
And a lot of the times the bands would come. They stayed at the hotel. They would come over and eat. And Brett Michaels was sitting there by himself. And I didn't realize who he was. Right. I'm like, oh, you hear this for the Poison concert? Sweet Cherry Pie? He looks at me and he goes, I am Poison. I'm like, I don't know what that means. Like, I'm Brett Michaels. I'm like, oh, okay. You want something to drink? He didn't tip me.
He didn't tip you.
He must have got pissed off.
He's probably pissed off. I don't blame him. I won't tip you either. But it was so that was one of them. I had Dave Matthews passing by my stand and saying hi to me while he was horseback riding in the Poconos.
Love that music.
I had John Fogerty and his family and his kid playing in front of my stands before they opened because I used to go there at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I played basketball with Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20. I fed Ozzy himself and the daughter on the side there. You name it, Toby Keith and Roger Waters and
Roger Waters, the best concert I ever went to.
And even though there was a raining thunder,
you were there.
I was selling pizza over there. I sold out because you had to wait until 11 o'clock at night to see that. And then I closed the shop. And what I did is, in the rain, me and my wife were there. We saw the whole concert. That was phenomenal.
He didn't come on till about 11:30 at night.
11:30.
And it was still lightning. Yeah. He's still playing.
Yes.
I tell you what, I found some really fun extra. I was fuck it. I ate like 8 hits of acid in the parking lot before the concert started. And think about that rain delay, how long it was. It was a 10-hour rain delay. But I survived. There was 20 of us that started out that day.
Really?
A whole group of friends from town, right? A whole group of friends. I'm 18 years old at the time, right? That was 99, right? 98, 99. I'm 18 years old. Ate like a touch of acid in the parking lot, and the concert never happened until 11:30 at night.
But it did. It was the reason why
I got my money's worth.
Yeah, yes, you did. The reason why it started at 11:30 because they were trying. If he had played 3 songs, that's a concert.
Okay.
But because he didn't get a chance to play at all. He could not reschedule because he was so booked.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yes. So that's the reason why he had to wait until if it would have went on at 1 o'clock in the morning.
I was going nowhere.
That was excellent. Yeah,
I was going nowhere. I remember by that time that was the old venue too.
Yes. So right at the bunny slope. I was right on top of the bunny slope.
There was the mudslide going on.
Yeah,
remember my friend Pat got carried out on the stretcher. You know what I mean? He survived. It was such a great time, and then it was later, about 11 o'clock. They started tearing the beer tent down up on the mountain.
There was a fire. Somebody put a fire on that. Yeah.
I think Roger was like, I think it's time to go play some music.
Yeah. So that's,
he came out and he played Welcome to the Machine.
Oh my God. Yeah.
The lightning was, man, this is like 20 years ago, and it's
like I'm
28 years ago.
I'm reliving the concert in my mind right now. That's
he's playing Welcome to the Machine, and I just hear the bass, because by then, there was maybe 8,000 people there. I forget how many. The venue was full.
Less than that, yeah. But
in the beginning, the venue was full.
Yeah.
Then by the time he came on, maybe a couple thousand, and we're all down by the stage.
I was one of them.
I'm still waiting that you were there.
I was there. Oh. I mean, we did Russ Stewart a couple of times. We did John Cougar Mellencamp. James Taylor was pretty cool because I was on the bunny slope and he took a break, so they took a picture of my trailer. And they put him on the Jumbotron, and everybody came to me. That was great. You know?
Oh man, I wish I don't think I was able to eat that day. But what a! So I remember everyone was leaving. They were all done. I told my friend Steve, I go, listen, he was sober as a judge. I go, if you want to go, that's your ticket out because we are not leaving. Me, AJ, Corey, we are not. I'm 100%.
Glad you didn't, eh?
100%. I'll never forget it. If I left that day and I heard he came out and played for an hour or so straight into that music, no, I was there for a reason. I'm not a big concert goer. I love music. My eyesight isn't the best. So unless I'm sitting close, it's a waste for me to go and watch the Jumbotron. I can do that at home on YouTube.
Yeah.
But when I get to see and get up close and I'm like, really, really good stuff, I'll pay premium prices for something I really want to see. But I don't do it a lot.
The only thing that I
Like
miss...
Roger Waters, though?
The only thing I miss, I was so busy, I never got a chance to even look at him. Neil Young.
I bet that was a concert.
It was a concert.
Tom Petty
I
was
could
there,
hear
too.
him.
Tom Petty was there a few times.
Well, Tom Petty, we sold out. Actually, we sold out. Tom Petty was like phenomenal. And then the next day we had a country guy. It was so boring, we were falling asleep.
I'd be falling asleep, too, singing about his truck. I got my truck here. Genoa Wholesale Foods, supplying quality since 1947. For over 75 years, Genoa Wholesale Foods has been your trusted partner for premium food supplies. Specializing in services to pizzerias, Genoa also caters to restaurants, bakeries, delis, and bars throughout northeastern Pennsylvania. They proudly offer a blend of both private label and national brands, helping you find the perfect products to meet your restaurant needs. With local deliveries and the care of a family-owned business, they are committed to making your success their priority. Choose Genoa Wholesale Foods for reliable, top-quality restaurant supplies that keep your business running smoothly. Genoa Wholesale Foods, locally owned and operated for 3 generations. Call Genoa today at 570-823-6142 or visit them online at www.genoafoods.com. I'm curious on, you remember the day you bought your pizza truck?
I didn't. I actually had one before this one.
Bought it, purchased it, upgraded it. You said you never had the truck that you have now. It was always trailers.
Was always trailer, but I always wanted a truck where I could just turn up, close up the doors and leave. And then, since I have a big warehouse, I use the driver inside, and that I can take my time cleaning it, do what needs to be done. Instead, with a trailer, you have to back up, hook up. It's a job which I was never fond of. Okay, so I bought this little truck there, and it was I built my own trucks. So I built this truck over there, but it was very small. I needed a longer truck so I could have a freezer and so forth, and I can have an extra place. When I used to be real busy, I didn't have enough refrigeration for dough. So I needed one so I could put extra dough on the side there. So this truck came up on the side. It's a 1991 GMC, but it's aluminum, but I bought it with 7,000 miles on it. And I bought it online. I never seen it.
Yeah.
From Rochester, New York, in a fire department. They bought a new truck, so they auctioned it out on a seal. I was the high bidder, and I bought it. So I went to them and drove right on the border of Canada. I went there, picked it up, took it with my warehouse, and I had no idea what I had to do with it. I got it out, and as we go now, I want to do this, I want to do that, and whatever came through my mind, I did. And the truck today is the way it is. Lighting, I had to cut the hole for the windows.
When was that?
That was about 6 years ago, 7 years ago, and the idea with a food truck, not a trailer, but a food truck. You go there, the oven is hot, you bake, you're done, and you get out. In 5-10 minutes, I'm out of there, and it's a luxury for a food truck.
So it not only upgraded your business, but upgraded your work, like your job itself. It made everything easy. It made it streamlined everything.
Streamlined everything. You get in there, start it up, drive it, and you're done. Now you got to remember everything have to be bolted down.
Sure.
And lock everything. You don't want the soda flying all over the place. You have to be like so you learn as you're driving along.
So you definitely had an incident where that happened before.
Many times, but that only happened once.
We always learn our lessons the hardest way sometimes.
Right.
I know I have before in my life for sure.
But I've been in this business. I was 16 years old when I started. I started as a dishwasher, and then counter help, and then helping the pizza man taking the pizza out of the oven, breaking the cheese up so you'll be faster, taking the dough out of the stuff like that. Then I started selling, and I was a phenomenal seller. I mean, I could sell, get rid of 5 people, and I'll be there. I can do more money for the owner, than anybody else. So I was always in demand. And me and my brother, sometimes they put us together. They don't need nobody else. That's how good we were. Then we went in business with my brother. We opened up 9 pizza shops nationwide. in malls.
Oh, well, when was that?
This was in the 70s.
Okay, let's talk about that.
So we had I had a pizzeria in Riley Springs in Memphis, Tennessee, the Riley Springs Mall, in Dallas, Texas, Mentor, Ohio, Richmond, Indiana, Altoona, Pennsylvania, Augusta, Georgia. And we used to fly all over the place.
That's my next. How do you keep track of all those places?
Well, we had managers, but I used to fly and check up on all of them on the side. They were
Did you make Altoona style pizza in your place?
No.
You know what that is?
No, I have no idea what is that.
You never seen Altoona style pizza?
No. What is it?
It's dough,
sauce,
a green pepper, and orange.
Never heard of that.
Orange like Velveeta. Oh,
when we went to Altoona in the mall in the Altoona Mall on the side there, we had in those days you had to buy pepperoni sticks and slice them. I had a guy slice pepperoni for 24/7. That's all it was.
Right. You know what Altoona pizza is?
No.
Altoona style. That's Altoona style. It's like, look at that.
But pepperoni was the number one. They all never saw that. It almost looks like a stuffed pizza type.
It almost looks like trash.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, it's funny. You're not the only person that has been in Altoona for pizza places and never heard of this before.
No.
Anyways.
But pepperoni was the number one. I mean, I used to have a guy slicing pepperoni from 10 o'clock
that was
in
his
the
job?
morning. That was his job all day. And he could not do it fast enough.
No shit.
So, I swear. But now you buy them over a slice. It's so easy, on the side there. But I remember the guy's name, Franco Siepe, his name was, the
pepperoni guy.
Pepperoni guy. That's all he did. Pepperoni the whole day, 7 days a week.
So you had 11 pizzerias.
11 pizzerias, they were on the side there. And then we departed, me and my brother. I went my way, and then I opened up 3 shops in Wilkes-Barre.
Did he take over the 11 other places?
Yeah, he took care of the place, and then he eventually sold them.
Okay, so you opened up 3 places around here?
Yes, in Wilkes-Barre. That went under Mimo's Pizza. That was me.
Okay.
Okay, so I started in Midtown Village in downtown Wilkes-Barre, and it was a small little hole in the wall which I couldn't even find it. Actually, there was a pizza shop that the guy was going to go bankrupt. They were going to have a sheriff sale. He couldn't pay his bills. So I bought him out, and I went to look for it, and I couldn't find it. So I had to ask a cop. I said, where is, whatever the name was? And he said, I don't know. I think that's over there. So I went there, and I found it on the side there. That's like, what am I doing? I said, this is suicide, So there was only 4 booths on each side. There was a little hallway on the side there. So I bought it. So there wasn't a sheriff sale. So I became, and in 7 months I tripled the place. That's how busy it was.
Good for you.
I mean, it was a beautiful place. People got married in there. People got proposal in there. People divorced in there. I fed Wilkes University nonstop. So then I needed a better lease, and the landlord Humphrey Equity wouldn't give it to me. And so I just, if you don't do that, I'm going to open up across the street. And the guy thought I was buffling. So what I did is I opened up across the street. So when that happened, it says, coming soon, Mimo's Pizza. The guy calls me. I say, okay, how many years do you need now? So I ended up having 2 places in Wilkes-Barre. And the same guy I was doing that. And then I opened up one in the Dallas shopping center in the strip under Mimo's
So you had
Pizza.
2 spots right next to each other?
Just about, like a block away. I was in the March Towers.
And they did well, I bet.
Yeah, because the people from there, we used to have the VA, the Blue Cross, so it was a whole different ball game. Mm-hmm. And where I was, it was commercial, Bosca, Blum Brothers, Lazarus, that's how long we go back on the side.
You know Peter Recchia?
Peter Recchia started working for me. We got him from Brooklyn.
I love it.
Okay.
I love that you know.
Yeah. Actually,
Peter's great.
Peter Recchia, I remember the day that...
Love his kids.
Yeah.
I'm friends with Angelo and Peter.
Yeah, he actually had a boy now. His name is... they're going to Luca. They're going to open up a shop, Luca's Pizza.
It's already been open. It's almost a year now.
So do you know why it's called Luca's Pizza?
I don't know why.
Because his son's name is Luca. But when the Wyoming Valley Mall opened up, and the pizzeria in the Wyoming Valley Mall, it wasn't Dino's. It was Luca's Pizza.
I think
Franco Luca.
I think you told me that. At one point, I was getting to, because you own 2 pizza places right near each other.
Right.
At one point, they own Dino's in where it's now and the food court location.
No, he never did.
I thought he owned both places at once.
He never did. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was only the food court was always.
It was never Peter's.
It was never Peter's. Yeah,
I thought it was.
No.
Okay.
Believe me.
Because at one point I thought it was so busy in there that he had both shows running. Because that's how busy it was.
Actually, the food court was always much busier than where he was. Always.
Okay.
on the side.
The food court was always busy.
Yeah, but then once it crumbled down, once it crumbled down, that was it on the side there. And actually, then he gave it to his son Dominic, and then the mall really went away, and that was it, and that was the end of that on the side there. But I remember Pietro Recchia, his name is. Okay, I remember the day that he came in this country. He got into this country. He was in Brooklyn, and we took him to downtown Brooklyn. And the first day I met him was a pizzeria we used to hang out, House of Pizza and Calzone. It's very famous. Actually, Jimmy Kimmel did when he came to Brooklyn. He was there on the side.
Okay.
And I knew all the I knew all the owners, Onofrio, and all these people on the side. That's when he first came. And then he started working in the pizzeria. And then when we opened up, when we took over Luca's Pizza, we got Pete to come down over here with 3 brothers. He had all 3 brothers. He had 4 brothers. They were all working for us on the side there. And the rest is history,
Peter told me when he was in New York still, him and his friend got a construction job on like one of the towers. And Peter's like, right, I'm walking across. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I can't look down. And we worked for about, it wasn't very long.
I never knew that. Yeah.
It wasn't very long. And they were getting screwed over because of the wage. They weren't paying them right. They weren't the building people. They weren't paying them right. They weren't paying the same as everybody else. And him and his friend got pissed off, left. I think that's when they moved here.
Yeah, never. Well, we called them to get here. And
okay, he told me somebody from a pizza place.
Yeah, it was me and my
scooped
brother.
them up.
That was me and my brother.
What a smile. He just told me this story.
No.
Every once in a while on a Sunday, I'll go to Dino's.
Yeah.
And he'll be there every once in a while.
Yeah, but Pete,
and I know he made the pizza. And it's just the best.
Is Pete working still over there?
No, he's.
I think he's in Florida.
His son just came. His son just came back. His son moved from Florida back. Now he's running Dino's because Peter Senior, I guess the father, he's like, I don't want to do this shit anymore.
I don't blame him.
He goes, I need Peter to come here from Florida and take over. So that's what happened. But every once in a while,
but we go way back from day one.
Amazing. I love that. I love that. Love that.
That was something.
Yeah.
But I never knew about the construction.
He said him and his buddy were working up on the towers, and they were getting. Oh, you know what? The tower didn't work because it was too high in the air. They were building furniture.
Yes.
Furniture.
That I know.
Furniture, and they were getting screwed over.
That I remember did that. Actually, after that, after the furniture,
came over. Then, before that they were going to do construction with the unions on the skyscrapers, but he said he couldn't. It was too high in the air.
Oh,
I couldn't imagine.
Jesus, I guess talk about getting butterflies in your stomach.
I know people were just running across the beams like there was free lining like that.
That's crazy.
Amazing. So this turned into a hell of a story. That's great. that I remember Peter distinctly telling me that he got called in, to come do the pizza.
That was us.
That's amazing. It's amazing. Let's talk about the food truck business in this area. Is booming. There's food trucks everywhere. The gym that I work at is Good Tree MMA, Wilkes-Barre. It's over by Wegmans and Price Chopper.
Right.
Then you see that one corner behind the gas station, right? There's 4 food trucks there. What goes on with that? So like the landowner leases it?
Yes.
Give me an example how much a food truck will generally pay to be there every single day.
I have no idea.
Okay, all right. Because you never seek that out for your business.
No.
Your parties.
Yeah, it's my business. It's more like it says. It's more like a hobby. And I work when I want to, and and the demand that I get it's overwhelming. And I would never. For me, that's more like a carnival type of thing, and I'm not into that.
All right. So do you know the world of the food? Like what kind of bit? Like it seems like I respect the hustle. It's a grind. It seems like, especially when it's 14 degrees outside. And they're still out there making tacos.
Well, for me, I don't have a problem because I have an oven in my.
Yes, true.
I have an oven.
Probably too hot in the summertime, right?
I got rashes in the back in the summertime. I can take pictures of that. I have windows, and like in the summertime, I don't put the windows at all. But when I put the clothes, and actually, I sweat in 20 degree weather with no problems. So leave me out of this.
Okay, that's fair. But it just seems like it's a huge grind, and it takes I don't fully understand. I understand the restaurant business, but I feel like the food truck it's an extension of a restaurant, but there's so much that could go wrong in the food truck. Am I right? Fill me in. in your opinion?
I mean, when I bought my food truck, not my food trailer. Trailers I had them for years. My food truck on the site there, it wasn't that many then. It was we were always busy. We still are. I mean, don't get me that. But a lot of these food trucks, they have no work, they have no jobs, and they can get a regular truck, which I don't know what they do inside there. I don't get into that too much on the site there, and I don't know how clean, how healthy it is. I know they have inspection on the site there, and there's a lot of problems, with. So I mean, unless let's say if I want to go out and have something in a food truck, unless I know the food truck and I know the owner, I will not go to any food trucks at all. So a lot of them are very professional. There's one in Kingston, and he does a good job, on the side. There's a bunch of them, but there's a lot of food trucks where I'm not too familiar. So it's really not even though I have a food truck, it's not part of what I do. I pick and choose. I only work in Wilkes-Barre. I don't go out of Wilkes-Barre. I don't go to Scranton. I don't go to. I had a show in Dunmore.
Duryea was close.
Duryea, no, Duryea.
Right on the quick border of Lackawanna.
Right there, Duryea. And then the day after, I was going to do Dunmore, which it was very profitable. I just don't want to drive there. Mm-hmm. I don't like 81. I don't like. I like to have. So there is so much work in Wilkes-Barre. There's no reason for me to go there. So I go as far as Dallas. Dallas is very, very. I like the people in Dallas. They
very nice.
Very nice. They know quality food, mm-hmm. and I go for that. On the side. So when I do, I mean, I don't bake and create what I do for you. I create and do so I can eat it myself and enjoy what I do on the side there, and that spills back into you, and that's how it works.
I like that a lot.
That's the way I look at things.
Mm-hmm. That's great. If you take care of, that's kind of like people that are in recovery or just trying to change things. You got to take care of yourself first. Then you can help other people.
Right.
So when your idea is if I enjoy this pizza, I really going to sit down and eat it. So should somebody else.
Let me tell you something. How I come up with with the product that I have. People say people it's the cheese, it's the sauce. For me, it's the crust. There is even my brother's pizza crust is excellent. I don't like it.
You don't like his crust?
No. And I tell him all the time right in his face, I don't like it. Okay. Now, I have the goal or the way my crust is when I was back in Memphis, Tennessee. And we were making sandwiches. So I needed a place to buy bread. So I drove around Memphis, Tennessee, and trying to look, for a bread that I will taste. So I would buy a piece of bread and I would taste it, throw it out. You got So then one day I was driving and I saw this French bakery, and I said, French bakery, wow, I love French bread. So what I did is I went inside and I bought a loaf of bread. And I don't know if it was a baguette or so, whatever it was, but they made it into like a 16-inch, rice, so I could sell, the cold cuts, and the meatballs and cheese and the sausage and pepper and whatever is on the side there, right? So, but we used to toast everything. That's what made it even crunchy. That was excellent. So I tasted the bread and I said, wow, this is great. I love it. Okay, so we did that, and he says, hey, we'll buy bread from you. Can you supply us? Yeah, no problem. So we used to buy bread from the pipe. So I used to deliver it and so forth, and that's how it worked on the side. So I says, one day I'm going to make my crust into a French bread type of crust. And it took me almost 28 years to get to the point until it got there. And that's what my crust is.
It is. It's fucking good. I met you a couple years ago at the Pierogi Festival.
Yes.
Your pizza was the only thing I ate that day.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
I was just walking around. I had a couple slices.
Yeah.
And then I saw you here, there, but then the last time.
You were there last year too.
Last year.
This year.
I saw you at the Kabasi Festival because I was one of the judges.
Okay.
And I stopped by your spot. I got a slice.
That I remember. Yeah.
I got a slice. You had someone working with you that day.
Yes, I had a kid. Actually, his mother used to work for me when I had my restaurant.
Had a slice. I walked down the street more to see what's going on down there, and I'm getting ready for the judging. I came back. I'm like, I got another slice, and I went and I just the kibasi.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's the way. That's the way that. And I was telling people, I'm eating it. I'm like, oh, you gotta go try a slice. Go try a slice. You're the only pizza there.
No.
Was there other pizza? Was it a kibasi festival? I think you were the only pizza.
I have no idea.
There's not too many pizza trucks around here. I can't think of another one that I've seen at festivals specifically for pizza.
Well, I mean, it's like my food truck is the same thing, better than getting a brick and mortar. There's no difference.
You see your truck from a mile away, too.
Well, it's the lighting.
It's like, boom, there it is. Yep, boom. It looks fantastic. I love the festivals. There's so many options for food.
Yes.
In the Pierogi Festival, that took off this year. That was a big event this year.
It's getting bigger and
bigger.
You know.
The Kibasi Festival was my first time going there. I like how they shut down. Well, the main street was still open.
Main street is open, yeah.
But all the vendors being along the side. I've never seen a festival like that before.
Well,
that was really cool.
We have to park half on the sidewalk, and so the roads could be kept open.
It worked out. It was pretty organized, and the Kibasi was really good.
And the funny thing is that the spot that I have is phenomenal, right across from the stage. Mm-hmm. But that was never the regular thing. When I first got into there, the stage used to be a block and a half away across the street from me, so it was okay. So what happened was, I think they left the parking lot dirty. So the owner of the parking lot says, I don't want the stage anymore. So they moved it to across from where I am, and it's been there ever since. So we have the best spots in the world. We don't get out until the last person leaves. So most of the festival shuts down at like 8, 9 o'clock at the night. I'm there till 11:30.
Just waiting to pull out?
No, I don't pull out. I just sell because people
I got you.
there.
Good for you. God, I wish I could go for some pizza right now. What's the future for your food truck?
I'm 73 years old.
What's the future? What's your plans? You're still going. I know it's a hobby.
It's a hobby.
You're still going though. You're still passionate about it.
I have no idea how passionate I look forward to. If I need to be at a certain place at 12 o'clock, I'm there at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm out at 4 o'clock in the morning thinking, okay, what's next? What's going to start? What do you do first? And so forth. So when you get there, before I get there, I know exactly what's going to happen in the next 5-6 hours. If it gets busy, if it gets slow, what do you do? What do you make? What I mean, it's like my mind is always going. It's a passion. It's not a job. And the rewarding is not even the money. The rewarding is the feedback that I get from my customers. It's like overwhelming. I mean, it inflates my ego. That's the kind of feedback, and like you cannot put a price on it. That's the idea to it.
Someone says, "Best pizza I ever had." You're like, that warm
like,
feeling, right?
Yeah, you do that. It says, I mean. And including like even the high gluten flour pizza type on the side there. I don't make it, but I ended up getting the perfect. It's a seasoned California dough, but it's got my sauce and my cheese and so. But it has to be baked on a screen so you won't touch the flour, and it's so and I calculate it perfectly. Everything is covered. I have his own spatula. I have his own pizza cutter. That's the only thing that I cut with. Pizza box is separate on the side. That has to be in bags, so forth. I mean, it's
you have the years to streamline your process,
and it's so easy. For me, it's easy, but I mean, at the end of the night. I don't feel tired at all. I feel like I'm energetic. Okay, boy, that was quick. It went down so fast. I miss it. What's going on? I want more.
You probably don't hear that from a lot of chefs, a lot of cooks, a lot of
people go there and it says, "Oh, it's a job." Not a job. Are you kidding? This is great. It says this is fun. And it's wonderful. And then I got my own espresso machine in the truck. And I got my gin and tonic. Whatever.
Let me ask you this. I just had the wording in there. Okay, people that are listening, if they are interested in getting into the food truck business, what's some advice you would give a new person getting into the food truck business? They have a restaurant. Let's say they have a restaurant back. They know what they're getting themselves into as far as their restaurant business, but now it's the food truck business.
The food truck
advice you would give them.
But the food truck business and brick and mortar in a restaurant, it's two different altogether.
You experience both.
I experienced.
Share some of your experience.
It's a okay. I'm going to make it really simple for you. Okay, when you go to a food truck, you bring money because you're there to have a good time. You're there to have the best experience that you could ever have. Okay, you might pay more for whatever reason. The food you don't question. Because the food truck's at an event that you're at. It's an event, and people, that's all part of having a good time, having fun.
Yeah.
You go to a restaurant, you're hungry. You need to feed your stomach. And you're mad because you have to pay in order to feed your stomach. So you go inside a restaurant with a different type of mind, and so don't forget it. If you're going to for like an exclusive dinner, it's a whole different ballgame. But a regular Joe that will go inside there, it's mad that it's gonna have to pay in order to feed their stomach because the stomach tells them I'm hungry. So they go there with a different experience, and if there's something to be picked on, they'll pick it. But in a food truck business, in an event, people are just there to have a good time and nothing else.
Okay,
that's it.
Okay, I like that. One more question on the food trucks.
Yeah.
Then I have some closing questions.
Okay.
What kind of criteria? What do you need to know when somebody calls you to book you for an event? Are there things that you need to know before you commit to that?
Well, the first thing is what kind of crowd do you have? Oh wow, we all have 100 people. We want 3 food trucks. You're not going to see me there. I mean,
you're not going to make any money.
Nobody's going to make money, and everybody's going to be mad about it. I have somebody else do it for me. I don't care. And that's the first thing that you do. And how many years have they been doing it? Sometimes it's a new event, but the new event it all depends on what kind of event it is. Well, give it a shot. And once sometimes it's a miss, and sometimes it's good. So when it's good, they got you locked in. Oh, actually, when I do a show, I bring my own followers. I bring my own crowd, and because I do that, it helps the whole show itself. People buy a craft show, people buy a beer, and so everything else. So I bring them part of the crowd that they need. So that's the difference.
Okay, I figured there's certain things you need to do. Like you said, like 3 trucks, 100 people. It's gonna be rough.
Yeah, I mean, but when you're first starting out, you're gonna have to pay, the dues. Because
if it's a brand new event, like you just said before, okay, if it sounds good, let me try it, because it could be, if it's successful, you were part of the first one,
right,
and you were a reason why they were successful, right, and they're gonna want you back.
Right. But so, for example, Sunday we are having Susquehanna Brewery, but it has nothing to do with Susquehanna Brewery. It's the SPCA rented the place to for benefiting the SPCA fund driving and so forth, adoption and so forth on the side. They never did that before. Mm-hmm. This is new. So when usually. When they usually call somebody and say, "Hey, we need a food truck," I have nothing to do with this, but they say, "Oh, you got to get Cibo." He's a great, because the diversity of the food that I have, the quantity of the food that I have, the quickness response that I can sell, and so forth. Okay, I don't know how it's going to be Sunday, but when you go on Facebook and you feedback, okay, I was actually looking, on Facebook. And when they have a show, they say, 50 people are interested, 75 people are thinking about it. 50 people are going, and 75 people are. And I looked at today, there's going to be, I think, 68 people going and 750 people interested. I get half of that. It's good.
Yeah.
And it's only 4 hours.
I might have to stop by Sunday for a slice.
There you go.
Yeah.
This is my last show of the year.
Oh, really?
For the and I advertise it on my Facebook. It says this is the last show of the year for until the spring. I do private events. I got 4 more private events, but it has nothing to do with the public, so I don't even advertise that. So Sunday, whoever sees that, they say, "Oh, let's go get the pizza for the last time." Maybe I'll get a bigger crowd. It's a crapshoot. If it works, it works. If not, hey, had a good time. That's the whole thing of that.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters. So,
that's all that matters.
But you don't confuse yourself with another food truck starting out. It's different. It's starting out. You got to try this. And you know what? If a new guy starts and he makes $100, it's $100 that he didn't have, but so he can use that $100. So. But you build up and so forth. I say when I started with Susquehanna Brewery, it was fine. No problem. It's a place 3-4 hours you hang out, you got a nice feeling. But then the next show, hey, I saw you there. Can you do my show? And that's how you grow and so forth.
I understand.
What
time are you going to be there Sunday?
It's from 12 to 4.
Perfect.
But I'll be there at 10.
Okay.
Because I will be there at 9, but nobody's there.
If I show up at 4:15, there'll be a lot of leftovers.
There is no leftovers.
There's no leftovers? Everything's gone? Everything's gone by 4?
Nothing is done. Everything is done. Then like some started, once it's gone, it's gone. But if you have a plain pie, I'll make a plain pie to the last minute.
Sounds great.
And if there's any pizza left, I'll take it home for lunch.
Yes.
I love my pizza. You know that. Eh?
You can drop it off in front of Conversion Works Media as well, anytime.
We can work on that.
Anytime. I got a couple questions for you. I ask all my guests before we leave. All right. I'm interested in your answers. What's your favorite food?
My favorite food?
Right in front of you right now. You'd be like, I want this right now in front of me. Your favorite food of all time.
I don't know.
Huh. You want to come back to it?
Yeah, come back to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What food could you eat 24 hours a day, 7 days a week?
Pizza, nonstop.
Perfect. But that's not your favorite.
Oh, you're laughing.
But that's not your.
Right?
But that's one of the most answers on the show. But pizza's not your favorite food, though. It's always interesting.
It's not my favorite because I have it all the time.
That's fair.
So my favorite food is something that I crave and I want. Actually, pasta, different types of pasta is my favorite food.
Food fight rules going to make you narrow it down. Specifically, what would be your favorite pasta dish?
My favorite broccoli rape con orecchiette.
Break that down for me.
It's broccoli rape. You know what the broccoli rape is, okay? It's orecchiette is a priest had pasta. Born in Bari, Italy. I actually was there, and I met the lady that created it.
No shit.
Yeah, I was actually have it on video.
So that's your dish?
That's my dish. With that, we put a little grated cheese and a little black pepper with a lot of extra virgin olive oil. Yeah, all you want on the side.
Love that.
But with that, I also make. Because on the side, I also make a homemade focaccia bread. Okay, and I usually put a piece of focaccia bread and I dip it with an olive paste, which I make myself. Well, everything I make myself.
The olive paste sounds. I can taste that.
Yeah, I usually do that all in my own. Sometimes I even spit the pit out, because it gets crunched. But that's what I do, and that actually goes with a nice glass of red wine. There's nothing like it. Nothing else.
I love that.
And then with pizza is beer. There's not
pizza. You're on death row.
Okay.
Crime unknown. What's your last meal? You get a crack out of there every time I say that?
A steak.
What kind of steak?
Prime rib, Domenico, in that order. Medium rare.
Sounds good. What's your side dish?
Side dish, potatoes. Any type of potato.
I love potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Surprise me.
Surprise you. Lemon potatoes.
Yeah. Anything, if it's potatoes in it, not potato salad. But anything with potatoes?
I don't care for potato salad.
Eat anything with potatoes.
Potatoes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Steak and potatoes.
Steak and
classic death row meal.
Baked potatoes, yam. I don't care if it's potato, it's potato. Yeah. And don't be shy with potatoes. Load it up.
Exactly. I'll tell you to tell everyone where they can find you, but this is going to air after your last event at the SPC. Yeah. I'm probably going to start early. I would say maybe
early middle of March, and probably it's going to be Susquehanna Brewery. Actually, I have a meeting with them to get the next year dates, and they let me choose what I want.
Sounds good.
And then the rest they farm out.
We had a meeting about it, and I'll break the ice right here. We may be doing Old Forge Pizza versus the World down in Old Forge on the Filates Festival grounds.
Okay, actually they invited me to be there.
For the meeting, or
for the show itself.
They already called you out? Wow, they were way ahead of it.
They called me, it was too late. Actually, it was somebody.
For the actual Filates Festival.
Right.
Okay,
right.
This is going to be on that same ground.
Oh, okay.
By the same organizer. So
Okay.
we're going to do it for charity.
Okay.
So when the time comes,
Let me know.
I'll let Jeff and them, I'll be like, we got to give me a call. You drive the truck right up there.
Well, no problem.
Old Forge versus the World over there. You know what I mean? So that's
Old Forge is good. Don't get me
the-
wrong. No,
that's the idea. So it's gonna be-
I don't knock anybody down.
right. And I hear you.
Wait a minute, because I don't need nobody else. So
Yeah.
I have nothing to knock down. But Old Forge, I love our car in Janelle.
Yep.
And when I go there, we have pizza and fine. Yeah, no problem with that. I mean,
So speaking of that,
You know-
this is your jar of Angelo's sweet sauce.
I'll
to
take
bring
it,
home.
yeah.
You can make some sauce with that.
100%.
Rolled over.
sounds good.
You can make some sweet sauce for people on Sunday.
I have to spice it up or something.
Yes, a little bit. I appreciate you coming on the show. We finally got you here. I finally called and got you here myself. I was going to invite you when I saw you in Derriere, but I couldn't stop in time, though.
But you beeped.
I did beep.
And I don't turn around because I
Yeah,
was
yeah, for sure.
But I know you had a white car, I think.
I have a gray Honda.
A gray Honda.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a lot of traffic that day. I wasn't
Yeah.
the only one beeping.
Yeah.
But
But I wasn't there. Actually, I wasn't even open then when you know.
I know.
You
Do you know, real fast before I go, Caddy Corner from where you were used to be a hoagie place called Famish Fanny's back in the day. My cousin Vinny Tomasetti owned it. It's a car lot. It's the car lot now.
I have no idea.
You were parked here,
Yeah.
Kaminsky's Market here. Across the street, there's a little diner on the corner, little restaurant.
Maybe.
And then across the street
yeah.
from that was the car lot. Well, my
Okay.
cousin Vinny used to make a cheesesteak called the Cheesy Cheese. It was, good steak, and you chop it up. You put American cheese and a little bit of cheese sauce.
Next time,
and then provolone cheese.
Next time you stop, okay? I created a cheesesteak calzone.
That sounds, again, you got me a cheesesteak.
It outpower everything.
All right, I'll definitely try it.
If I got to make, let's say, I start with like 4 calzone with ham, 4 calzone with sausage, 4 calzone with plain, 12 calzone with cheesesteak. That's the first one that goes.
Cheesesteak one? People
Cheesesteak
love their
calzone.
cheesesteaks.
But I cook it myself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I put a 4-ounce steak in that. I chop my own onions, and I got my own cheese, and it comes with a side of sauce. Can't go wrong with that.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
That sounds great. My brother had a little pizza place across the street there for a year. Back in the day. DiMatteis or DiMattia's.
DiMattia.
I can't even say my own last name.
This guy is not going to learn, I'm telling you. What can I tell you? That's all
My
right.
brother went into...
He's killing his own name. How can
I
that
am.
happen?
My brother went into that business, never working in the restaurant before in his life.
How do you like it?
He didn't. He liked it at first because we were busy, but after that he didn't like it because it was busy. He didn't like it. He didn't like doing it. He got out within a year and I didn't lose any money. Went back to work for CK.
Okay.
Yeah,
It wasn't his gig.
He tried it.
Yeah.
Got burned out quickly.
Uh-huh.
I told him, we gotta this menu's too big. Pizza and sandwiches. I had to stop. The whole operation stopped from making an egg salad sandwich in the middle of a lunch rush because some motherfucker orders an egg salad sandwich, which is nasty. Should have been on the menu in the first place. It was fun though. He learned. He had a good time. He got out before it was too much trouble, but
Yeah, all right.
now it's that Mother's Kitchen or something like that across the street there. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I want pizza now. It's time for lunch.
I wish, I won't get there. Actually, I'll be ready tomorrow. Why don't you come to Chewy? I'm going to be at the...
Where's the Chewy?
I'm sorry. Yeah, Chewy. I've been in Pittston.
Oh, yeah. I have time.
You can drive and come down. Come down. I want you to try the cheesesteak calzone.
Yeah, it's either going to be tomorrow or Sunday.
A Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Sunday's
Sunday.
closer over here, so it's not that bad.
I live in Kingston, so I'm close to everything now. It's no problem at all.
Good.
Well, I appreciate you coming on Food Fight.
All right.
And I'll see you this weekend for your last pizza for the season.
For the season.
And then we'll start it back up when the festival season again.
You have my number.
I do. It was nice seeing you.
All right.
All right, brother.
Okay,
Thank you very much. Okay. All right.